Hey guys, today we're reviewing a level 3 on Faceit. I'm Bibian, I'm a Flycos Red player. I've been level 10 on Faceit for several years now, and I just want to see what we can do to help Dinch out here. As I said, she's level 3, and I want to see what I can do to help her get to the next level. Let's get started here. So here I've asked Dinch to give me a demo from one of her Faceits, and also just give me how she writes her notes. So I do have her notes up on the right screen here. You won't see it in the video, but I will point it out and see what I also notice. Okay. So fast B rush up here. And 2 double entries, and you get caught with a in the open just trying to reload. I just want to go back and just want to point out you made the decision to push through this molly. That's okay. But I just want you to be aware that your teammates are very, very far away. You are not close. They cannot trade. They're also just stuck behind the molly, so they can't even get to you. I know it's a very fast decision you can make, whether you want to go kill these people. You saw this person just throw a nade, so I can understand why you may have gone for this kill. But there is an option to also just hang back and relax while your team is able to catch up to you. You get the double entry here, which is good. And you can even make the decision to come back this way. You don't have to just reload in the open here. You can call out there's only one guy. You can just tell your team to like double swing. You can just be active in the chat like that. I also want to say like pistol rounds from your day-to-day when you watch demos, it's not something you're going to be concerned with too much. But I think in Faceit though, it's always good to bring like a couple pistols, on every map, just to call for your team, just so the whole team is more coordinated and you have a higher chance of winning it, and thus like netting you an easy round, and just keeping money on the enemy team tight. I think the same goes for like eco rounds like this. It's kind of whatever. Tech 9 rush. You guys get stuck in the doorway. You kind of get troll teammates like this, especially at this level. That's fine. Here was something I noticed is you're kind of just aiming at the ground here. No one's really gonna be here. You're more concerned of someone who's up in apps or like picking you balcony, like this, or like this. No one's really here, but more someone on the balcony here. Okay, and teammates gets blasted, and the trade here is a bit ugly, but you get it. I think also something you should also be aware of, I want you to think about it from like a CT's perspective. If you're starting the round, you come here, whatever, you're hearing a naps pop, someone is most likely going to be here, or there's going to be an arch player wrapping back just to watch you kill you coming out halls. So I just want you to just think about where they can be. So what I'm trying to say here is like obviously lane or diggity as they call it in Australia is there's a high chance of someone that can be there. This guy has taken the choice to push into boiler. No dramas there. Let's continue. You're at apps. What do? You decide to go for this guy lane. I assume you have some info about him. I think you want to think about your role here. You want to lock the side out and secure the bomb plant for your teammate. You had a smoke, so I would recommend smoking moto and stopping the CTs coming into the site to kill your bomb planter. But you get the bomb down, so that's the team goal is fulfilled. It's a full buy round. I think I would also recommend you to, I don't know if it affects you too much, and if there's anybody out there that does get affected by stuff that goes on in chat, I would recommend just muting. So you're running into apps alone here. Your teammate wants to take banana. I think I would also just be aware when you're on the alone on one side of the map, you're not gonna get a trade, and if you die, then you're kind of your efforts on the map is like for nothing. Especially when you're alone, I want you to take it a bit slower, because your peaks here, you have an idea of what you're doing, but I would take it even slower. Take your time, peek into every angle properly. If you look at Rops, he does it very well. You don't have to peek into every angle like all the time. If you don't think there's an enemy that can be there, you can skip the angle even if you want. But yeah, So Let's see how you peek into this guy. I have the benefit of the x-ray, so I can see what goes on next. But what I can see here is that your crosshair is way too high, and obviously that's not the ideal height you want. I think also, let's see. It may have been a bit slow on the reaction, that's okay. It's just because you don't, it could just be like base reactions, but also just not realizing that this guy can be here. And I think a way that can help with this, I mean, obviously you know it now that someone can be here, but also if you hop into like a refrag server, for example, you could place you can place bots here and practice your aiming, your pre-aim, just going along the angles. You get what I mean? Just so you know where you can place your crosshair. And you die here, your teammate can't trade, your teammate gets wiped anyways, so not much you can do. Now you're put on a eco situation. Let's see the scoreboard. You guys have full loss. When you guys have full loss, you can buy down to 1.6, and that will allow you to buy like armor, AK, next round. So you guys decide to force. It's not a great buy. You guys have varying weapon. You guys also don't spend like all of your money. If you're gonna force and buy into a round, you might as well spend all your money, right? And be on the same slate. You have 1,000 more, you can buy like a smoke, grenades, you know, or a better weapon. You can sell your Mac 10, get a Galil, sell your, if you want just strong weapons. But I think what's more concerning here is just like the whole team needs to be on the same page. It's something that you can't control your team with sometimes, but just obviously just putting it out there in chat and just being like, hey guys, let's full buy into this round. Hey Purple, you've got a bit more money, you can buy something else, you know. That will help you win the round. I've also noticed you've started out banana here. Last couple rounds I think you started in halls. I'm not sure if this is your main role, but I'd recommend just trying to master like one role at a time. You can play multiple, but you just kind of weaken yourself. Top banana smoke, you do the same play, you take 50 damage going through. See, this is what I'm saying, like if you had that extra smoke invested, you could have doused that molly yourself. And also, if you're trying to do aggressive plays like this, you kind of want to have your teammates supporting you, you know, with some half-wall flashes. Someone could have started here, flashed early, just so like whoever gets peeked, whoever CT gets peeked, that is peeking here, they get blinded and they can't really kill you. Involving your teammates in your plays, like if you like doing this play a lot, then I'd like I said, I'd recommend having a teammate that to flash for you early, then they can come flash for you half-wall, or can come just douse the molly that the CTs throw early. You almost catch this guy out, kind of with the spray, go back, have to reload, okay. You're blocked out here, your teammate goes through, you go through with them, that's okay. As long as you guys do things together, I think that's the best way to do to go about things, especially in low elo, especially if you don't have that kind of aim to just run around with rounds. So you peek into this guy here, get the guy in the back, do quite a bit of damage to this guy. Something I would do here, I think I'm a bit more, I like looking more into mechanics, but I think I would not ever walk into an angle. I'll show you here, you walk into this angle. I just want to show you from Jadrian's point of view. When you walk into the angle, it gives him a lot of time for him to react. He's got the stronger weapon. You know, he can kill you almost immediately if he hit his shots here. But okay, that's okay. Let's get the bomb plant. We can go next. You guys full buy into the round. You get the bomb plant. You have a bit extra money. You could have dropped a flash for green, for orange, or any of your other teammates. You have extra money in that regard. Also, your teammates have extra money to drop more util. Something to look out for. Let's see your start. Double nade mid. Okay. I would just recommend giving more of a run and aiming a bit higher. Yeah, that nade's not going to get anyone. Pushing down here. If they do, they are crazy. You guys want to take top mid here. Okay, your teammate gets a kills and apps. Typically you won't. Maybe you'll run into more apps, especially if you don't have someone in there clearing it, or your teammate's very slow on it, so you just want to be aware of apps. And where can there be next? You know, you killed a guy in apps, you can probably think of there being an arch player or someone in pit. You know, you've got the right idea here, but you're first entering, you kind of want to have your gun out, because someone from pit peeks, someone from site peeks, someone from balk peeks, you're dead immediately. And your teammates behind you, I'm pretty sure they have nades out too, right? Your teammates, gun out, okay, but the teammate behind you doesn't. At least this guy has his gun out. Okay, you die there. Let's see how. You kind of don't know where you're looking, right? Okay, in apps, yeah. So yeah, apps, something you should be aware of, but also, if you look at the map, your teammate is holding site side, you're holding pit, then you turn to site. There is no reason for you to really turn site here. Your teammate's already holding it. You can just continue to worry about the right side and apps. So pit and apps and mini. Those are the three you want to focus on, especially when you have a teammate already holding site for you. You call apps. Teammate fails to get the trade. That's okay. We can go next. You guys full buy into it again. Your buys are not synced once again. You try to take apps early, alone, no trade. You're very careless about these fights. I understand yet you want to go fast. That you probably recognize that they don't play apps often, but they just did last round, so this is a bit rough. But okay, you pressure apps, and you're kind of unsure of what to do here next. Your teammate gets killed boiler. You should look to trade that guy immediately. He could run at you from behind. You're not really reacting to him. This guy's being a kind of a monkey. You know there's one in pit. And your teammates with bomb are going to the other side of the map. You come back, okay, you recognize that. And your teammate gets killed from a player in arch. And you just saw one pit. There can only be one B. Yeah, that's something you should be coming to your teammates as well. You have the site. I think in a retake situation as well, there's only two places a CT can retake from. They can retake from CT, or they can come down banana and retake from banana. You've just walked through mid, so something you can call that, you know, you don't see any CTs coming your way, they have to be all CT, you know? Or they can come down banana late since you've just left it. Also in a Inferno post plant, you want to be focusing most of your smokes CT here. You could have done it here for this instance, to, you know, slow the CTs from coming through like this. Your teammate is hiding tree, so you could fake the fact that he's not there and let him have a surprise kill by smoking CT. Also, this peak is very wide. You want to focus banana, I get it, but it's not a favorable angle you could have taken. You guys full buy into it again. Okay, you go back apps. Seems this is your default route. Walk, smoothing. Yeah. I'd definitely recommend just watching players like Rops, seeing how he clears the angles properly, and just trying it out in a private server alone. Once you're able to get the routing done on your own, with the correct crosshair placement and stuff, like once you do that a couple times in your own server, it kind of comes natural to you in like every game afterwards. So CT is aggressive in apps here. There's not much you can do. You just have your crosshair at the wrong place. I think something you should be aware of is that if CT is pushing apps, they want to get out, and the only threat to them if they want to try to get out is someone where you are right now. And it is common to have a CT typically just holding around here just so he can secure his teammates' escape, right? So that's something you should be aware about. Go next. And yeah, you just get wide swung by this guy, so much of a chance. See your money. So you guys have full loss bonus. I think you can afford to buy here. You can have a teammate drop you an AK, since purple is very rich. instead of buying Glil and no util, just ask your teammate to drop you an AK. If they say no, then that's okay, but at least you tried, right? What do you do now? I think typically I want you to watch a couple demos, even demos from Pugs, just seeing what teams like to throw early. There's a reason why teams, for example, in Inferno especially, will molly top car first, will flash mid, or because there's reasons behind this. The molly is to just stop someone from picking car, for example, from picking half wall with an AWP, and the flash mid is to just deter anyone picking top mid with an AWP, trying to kill someone hopping into Mexi or swinging mid. Okay, you see that they're taking banana with nades. They want to get aggressive here. They double peek you. Your teammate is full baiting. That's okay. And also having someone hold flashes early for you is very important as well. Since it's your first time coming into banana, or the second time rather, you have no idea what happened on this side of the map. You only know that there were aggressive apps, and that's probably why you went towards B this round. The thing is, you have no info on this side of the map, but your teammates do. Don't be afraid to ask your teammates, like, hey, what happened on this side of the map? What do they usually do? Do they peek early? Do they just run down with 2? And stuff like that, just so you are able to make like the best play for yourself. I truly believe in like low elo, you are able to do a lot by yourself. Though what I'm saying about like macro and thinking about where all the CTs are and stuff, that will help you a lot, but mechanics will get you a long way too. 7-1. This is where your buy can be a little bit forcey. You want to try to get some rounds up in there, and you can't really do so with like just pistols. Okay, you molly top car. You can throw it a bit earlier. You can throw it from about like here. You just aim up here, and you can throw it without going up too far into banana, because at this point you can get peeked here, here, here. So you understand. Okay, you see 2 nades coming down, 2B confirmed, and you decide to go up, and that's because your teammate's got 2 kills in mid. 2 kills in mid. You should already kind of be recognizing to just back off here and just run up with your teammate together, and that you give the info that they're probably max 1A, and having a rotator come from CT. Okay, your teammate comes up dig. You lock the site. I want you to think about getting into strong placements here, so getting into grave is good. So you play the placement here, nothing much to watch. You've already killed the A players. Your team has already killed the A players, so apps is not really that much of a threat unless you don't have someone watching the banana push down, but you were just there. So that's alright. And your team just runs them over. Good. 3 more runs to go. You're all very on one side of the map. It's okay. Intention is to take banana. Okay, so you die to this AWP here. So in this situation, you guys take banana. That was your first. That was your first step. Great. The next step of taking banana is to take this. And how you can do that, you can do it with nades. You could, molly sandbags, a double nade corner, or you can do the opposite. You can double nade corner, molly sandbags. You just want something that can help you take this control with the least risk, and without picking into an AWP here. You can even have a guy just throwing a bogus flash off this wall or something, and getting this guy off the angle, because especially with AWPs, the most common angles is picking car, picking half wall, someone holding corner with the AWP, or holding CT with the AWP. So you should want to be aware of what the AWP angles are too. You caught that the AWP is there. Your teammates instantly boost. That's pretty good. Okay. So you go back towards apps. You're alone, so you want to be cautious when taking apps here, especially when you're against a low buy. Those pistols will most likely be, they want to have like the close fights, right, with the pistols, so apps is prime for those kinds of fights. So I just want you to be kind of more aware of where the pistols can play here. I want you to take it slower. Catch one. Okay, you decide to speed up. And you saw the guy down mid. He would not be doing that alone. So this would tell you that there's going to be a lot more teammates around him for him to just push down solo mid like that. But I think I just want you to think about next time is like when you're up against pistols, you don't want to really give them any favorable fights. You don't want to give them that small percentage like chance for them to just run you over, grab your AK, and potentially win the round. So I'd recommend just sticking to with your teammates, especially against pistols. You buy AK, smoke flash, you don't have any money for anything else, but your teammate has a crap ton of money to buy you an AK. So ask them to drop you an AK, so then you can buy the nades that you need. Let's go back a bit, I missed that. See, this time you didn't have the molly to molly this, and that guy was able to just push through. Let's see where you intend to look here. You were just watching it, that's kind of a CS2 moment, obviously, Counter-Strike for you, but your teammate is already looking this way. You don't need to be concerned with anyone here, you just need to be concerned with anyone pushing apps, like just like he did. Okay. Here on the CT side, I think the same goes with pistol rounds, just calling what you guys want to do together. Just so you guys have the better chance of winning the round and getting it up on the board there. Okay, 2v4. Teammate's in a rough spot here. He can't really do much. I think if you're close enough, I'd help him. But let's see what happened. Teammates push down banana. You get killed in apps. Everything's gone to shit. And they're pressuring the hell out of your teammate. So I think if your teammate, I want you to, I know your team is very aggressive on their own, and you're probably thinking, oh, we should play back. You know, that is not the right thing to do. But you know, it's better to be stronger together and do things together. So I think you could just let yourself loose and be up there with them, and you know, at least secure a trade. Okay, so you know they're going A. Aiming at the head, kind of a no-brainer. Something you want to do, especially with pistols, because those Glocks can just run you over really fast. Okay, so you guys don't win that round. Go into like a eco kinda. This round can be skipped. I think with a pistol like this, you can get away with playing with default, but playing Balk, you know, around here, I think give you more favorable fights. Okay, next should be a full buy. You're going crazy in apps. This guy is aware you've thrown the nade. He's heard you step, and you've just missed him. That's okay. Just be aware that someone can be literally quite under you or trying to jump up here. I think that's the one place you want to check really is someone trying to jump up right here. Okay, you get the guy lurking top mid, grab his okay, and you decide to go for more. That was kind of a risky peek. I think especially in a, you know, 4v3 situation, you don't really want to be giving away these kinds of peaks. You have the advantage, just play the trades. Oh, so you're smoking there. I think you could have delayed that smoke a bit more. You saw the guy bottom mid, you know, he was not walking up. So smoking this, you're kind of just not really blocking anything. You're kind of just throwing the smoke for the sake of throwing it. So if I were you, I would delay it just a bit more, just so like it just doesn't go to naught. Teammate gets a pick at B. Okay, you just saw the one mid. Teammate gets killed B. You guys rotate, okay. It's a good rotation because player 3 has seen nothing mid, nothing in apps, so it has to be B, right? Smoke CT. You have a nade. Your nade doesn't really go anywhere. With the CS2 mechanic now, it's better to just blow up the CT smoke. Molly's great. Nice. Okay, let's see what you intend to do. Start the round here. They're on a very weak buy, and I want you to think, what can they do on a weak buy? What do teams typically do? They like to rush apps, pop apps, or run up banana, kind of fast things. And I think you know what I'm about to say here. This is not an optimal play. That guy trolls. But just imagine if the rest of his team runs with him there. You're dead. There you get the kills, so that's great. You stop the app swap. I think if you're playing against a better team, you're getting traded 100%. But you can get away with these things in lower elo, right? I think also you did not have head armor. Buy head armor against low gun rounds. What you intend to do. Also, you want to think about how the Ts are perceiving you. What you've done in apps so far. You've been pretty aggressive. So if I was a tier, I'd be like, hey, this guy's pretty aggressive in apps. Let's go kill him, and I'd bring a teammate. That's just one example of what I could do against you, just based on what you're doing in apps. But you're getting away with it. You hear them a lot up mid. They're not falling back. Okay, guys, they're committing up jungle. You hope to get a kill here. Your team's all dead. There's nothing you can do here. It's 1v5. This is a save. And especially on Inferno, you want to be saving these guns. Even though you have a lot of money, your chances of winning this round is very low. It's okay to save, especially when you've got that kind of money. Teammate gets picked in mid, okay. Guys, I need to rotate. You can't hold this side alone if they decide to speed up. It's 4v5 though. At this point, in a 4v5, you kind of want to do something. You can't really just sit back and if they decide to go B here, if you were in the situation, like, you can't defend against 5 people when you're alone. So trying to do something, get some info back, get some ground back. The way I would do that, is just like pushing through apps, for example, with a teammate. He can come around, double push apps with you, or you guys can you can push down lane. Your team comes from this side of jungle. You guys pick down mid together, or just come through boiler like you've done before. Or the other option is to just gamble stack a site. You can have your teammate rotate over to B. You can have the more numbers on B, gamble B or gamble A, or have your teammate come back towards you. Just so if let's say you gamble B here, 3B, 3-1. If you gamble B, the trades work out, you guys win the round, great. Let's just say hypothetically that this team comes back to A, you guys are 3 here, you can opt to save. The trades are working out for you guys. It's a 4v2. Your teammates are going together, it's nice. And you guys win the round. Up to Halls again, you're pretty aggressive alone again. That molly, especially if someone is running up fast, he can potentially run through that molly since it's bouncing so much. He can run through that molly and definitely catch you off guard here while you're still trying to get your gun out. But a lot of times what teams will do, what apps players will do, they'll just molly here, or they'll have someone boiler come and nade here, or, molly. That's definitely something you can do. You want to stop the apps rush like that, okay? Your teammate gets a kill mid. You can't really help him from here. The sole responsibility as an apps player is obviously to watch apps. You can't really leave your post. Understand you want to try to help your teammate towards arch here. But you have nades. I think the best you can do is just flash for him instead of running and leaving this open. Your AWPers also left this open, so you guys can easily get backstabbed here. You die trying to help him. I think also, let's see, you already have like a second rotator coming in, so you've kind of just made this space to feel a bit more claustrophobic for your arch player. Also, you blocked him, let's see. Like he's trying to run away, you're trying to push into him, and it feels a bit awkward trying to get away. You also have a lot of nades here. Just taking the fight before you use any nades. It's kind of a waste of money. It's okay. Go next. I think you guys won that round. Nice. Okay. You do the same play. I would recommend just mixing up some of your plays because they can be pretty predictable, and someone who's at a higher elo could definitely try to punish you doing this kind of things. But if you're getting away with it in low elo, then it works out. Okay. You get 1. You should 4 here because you've got the advantage. They know you're there, so repositioning after the enemy knowing where you are is pretty key. You know, this guy's fully aware of you here. Nasty. Oh yeah, he's hunting you. And this is also why being aggressive in apps solo is kind of risky, because you're not going to have a teammate there that is holding you like this. If you remember, we talked about it before. When you were on the CT side, on the T side, and the CT did this play, he had a teammate holding for him like this, so he could secure his escape. P215 apps, nice. And you get wide swung by this guy. Nothing much you can do alone again. I think your crosshair placement may have been a bit off. It's a bit too low, you see? Let's see if you guys could have bought. Okay, your whole team buys, but you don't. Obviously just being on the same page as them. If you guys are gonna buy, just buy like fully into it, you know? And so now you guys are on the last potential, round of the game, and you guys don't have a really strong buy just because you guys forced last round. And you go B this time. I'm not sure, I don't have the comms for this game. I don't think I've enabled it, but I'll do that for next time. But okay, you guys start off with a passive hold on B. Your teammate goes down. You guys still have mid, okay. There's no reason for you to drop that smoke there. They weren't really pressuring you at all in Nana. They did not throw anything. They threw nothing at you. Who's to say, like, they can't even, like, they're not even in banana. So dropping that smoke is kind of a waste once again. You kind of want to be throwing that smoke when, there's pressure thrown against you. And that kind of smoke I'd throw, like, even when you see them here, they're trying to occupy the space, then you drop the smoke, just so you can delay them before they do what they want to do. So in 3v4, you need to do something. You can't just sit back and let them go into your sight. But if you do, like you do here, there must be some kind of plan, Your teammate does it A, okay, you think it's going to be A. At this point, T's are just going to run over A. If they do, that's a retake. You can't run all the way to A and try to, stop the bomb plant. So at this point, you just try to play for B. You get some pressure B, you decide to stay. And you're scared that they can be CT. And that's okay. Yeah, you don't really know what to do here. They can definitely be here. They can definitely hear you running. So your teammate doesn't move at all. I think if you're in a situation where you're kind of just numbers down and you guys have no space on the map, just push something together. Ask your teammate to come with you and push this together. There's definitely timing, especially when the bomb's here. You don't know that, but you could have gotten the bomb down. And I think the game just ends there. Yep. Okay, so the biggest things you want to focus on is, I would recommend at a mechanical level, pre-aiming and just clearing things properly. How I would do that, I would watch a demo on how a pro clears things, and once you watch that, I want you to just copy what they do, the same exact pre-aim, the same exact movement they do, whether they do like a crouch peek, whether they slow peek into things, or whether they just just peek it normally but fast without shifting. The other thing is also just realizing what your teammates are watching. Just look at them on the map. You can see their little arrow. It kind of looks like this, right? You can see where they're looking. So when you're, see, this is lane, this is the barrel. So your teammates watching over here. So you're here. I want you to just watch the opposite thing, just so you're covering your bases, right? So because if you're both watching this way, then it's kind of rough. So yeah, pre-aiming, pathing, noticing what your teammates are watching, but also I think economy. Economy is huge. It's something that teams in like level 10 even don't even get right. But I think the basic is if you guys are gonna force into a round, just force into it 100%. Buy everything you need. Don't be afraid to ask for drops. And same goes for saving. If you guys are gonna save together. Especially I think on the second last round of this game, you guys definitely could have saved just so you guys can buy into the last round fully, because in the last 2 rounds you guys had a weaker buy. But yeah, so I think just economy we can definitely go on more about later. I can get into that with you later. Economy, pre-aim, and yeah, just I think being aware of teammates. I think those are the 3 things you should focus on first. I think pre-aim is probably the easiest thing you can do, just hopping into a server alone and being aware of where your crosshair is. Teammates is kind of a thing you improve on like the more you play and the more you like notice it. And economy, you can definitely learn this like out of the server. You can just watch back your games and just see, okay, what kind of buy this round should be, what kind of buy the next round should be, you know, where could I have asked for a drop and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope this helps. Definitely those are the things I noticed the most. So let's see if this is able to help you. And if there's anyone out there who is around, you know, things kind of level, just trying to get to level 10 face it, don't be afraid to reach out to me. And yeah, we'll try to help you out. Thank you guys.